This is the Wheatstone Broadcasting Corporation.
I'm Scott Fybush here at the Wheatstone booth. We are talking with Mike Cooney, who is the Director of Engineering for Beasley Media Group and its stations all across the country. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks. Great to be here as always.
One of the issues that you've been very closely involved with is this ever-vexing issue of getting diversity delay just right.
Yep. We've got a large group of us actually working on that. We're a lot of passionate broadcasters trying to fix the listening experience that we got right now.
We've been doing HD for quite a while now. What are the challenges of trying to actually get the delay just right still?
What we've done is I'm the chairman of the NAB Technology Committee, and we have got a subcommittee headed up by Roz Clark of Cox.
Yep.
And Roz and a group of us are doing a lot of research, testing a lot of hardware. We're testing all the manufacturers' hardware and trying to come up with what we'll release as the best practices for HD, both from an HD installation standpoint and also from a standpoint of what is the best way to fix time delay if you've got time delay issues. In the long run, we're looking at how to solve this long-term for the industry also.
What are some of the things that you expect are going to show up in these best practices? What are things that are working for your stations right now?
We're finding that where the importers and exporters are located is very critical. When the first generation HD equipment came out, it had less time delay issues because it was a one-box solution more, at the transmitter site. And as things changed over time and we started separating the importer and the exporters, that's where the time alignment problems happened. So in the short term, we've found that having the exporter at the transmitter where the X-Gen and transmitter are is a much better solution than putting it at the studio. So that's one of the big ones.
Well, of course, if you're dealing with a remote transmitter site, then you have issues of access to that if something goes wrong too.
Yep, exactly. We're trying to figure out, by looking at firmware and, different manufacturers' processors and different manufacturers' correction devices, trying to figure out where the best solution is. And we've come a long way in about the last 6 months. 6 months ago even, there was not very many solutions for fixing it, and thankfully now there's 2 or 3 manufacturers that are making, efforts to fix that. So
ideally you just want the box with a button you push and it does its thing and you never have to think about it again.
Wheatstone has done a great job of working with the other manufacturers. I just was over at the De Socara booth, and they've got a good solution that works with Wheatstone. It's something that affects all of us, so everybody's trying to work together on this. So.
Well, it's a bigger issue now from the user end. More and more of the rental cars that I'm in have HD in them, so it's not anything you can say, well, it's just early adopters, we don't need to worry about it. It's everybody now.
The other thing we're doing is we're also working with, we've had multiple meetings with the transmitter manufacturers and also DTS, and to talk about long-term solutions on how we can solve this going forward so that we don't have to have, ideally we don't want another box in the chain, and we don't want to buy any more equipment, so we need to solve this.
Make it something that's integrated into existing.
Exactly, something that's integrated into the exporter or the exciters or the process.
I want to ask you a little about translators too. You're getting into some of those on some of your AMs now.
Yeah, I just added it up this week. I think we now own 19 translators, or in the process of buying. We've got about 13 of them on the air, and we're using a lot of them for our AMs, and we've had good success with that. We have some that we're doing separate formats, but ultimately we're really trying to solve our AM, help our AMs out.
Any thoughts as we work our way through this next round of comments and replies on the AM revitalization window, where you see things coming out of Washington that might be of some help to you?
I'm just glad they finally got around to opening a window, and that first window has helped a lot of broadcasters. I think the second window will help even more. I think the bad thing is I think we're going to run out of frequencies really quickly if we haven't already. We're seeing that we just don't have the, a lot of the bigger markets, below, sure. I'd say, you're going to have a hard time finding a frequency below the top 100 market by the time we're done here. And so that's the bad part. It's not going to help all the broadcasters, or all the AM broadcasters. But
Mike Cooney, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.